Yeah. Namaste. A very good afternoon to everyone. On behalf of Early Childhood Association and Aurangabad Territory, this is Harsha Ramaya welcoming every one of you on this wonderful talk show. A wonderful topic that Aurangabad Territory has put up to talk today with Aurangabad and the other educators across India. Thank you, Sneha, for this wonderful title that you've given to this talk show. Before disclosing the title, I would like to introduce the panelists in front of everyone. So, the first panelist today is Miss Sneha Gupta, who is the territory head for Aurangabad chapter and also director at Little Wonders. Welcome, Sneha.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Second, we have Miss Meeta Kapoor, who is also the secretary at Aurangabad Territory for ECA. Meeta, welcome. Then we have Miss Annapurna. Annapurna, welcome to the show. If I miss out on any introduction, when your turn comes, you can definitely pick it up because technology is really slow here. So I'm not able to, introduce you well. So when your turn comes, you can definitely add. Then we have Miss Pallavi joining with us. Pallavi, hello. Yeah. So the title, I really love, Sneha, the title that you have given. So this session is going to be an interactive session as well as a session wherein a lot of takeaways are going to be there. So the title says tete-a-tete with educators of Aurangabad, and not only Aurangabad, all the educators. So, and the topics today that you have, streamlined, I really like because each of the speaker is going to have a varied chance to speak on different aspects. So, less repetitions are going to be there and a lot of takeaways are going to be there. So, my first question to you, Sneha, will be, are you ready for the question, Sneha?
Yes, ma'am.
I find you very, very ready, huh, Sneha? Thank you so much for being so prompt all the time. So, Sneha, your
I've lost you, ma'am. Hello?
that each speaker will get around 8 to 10 minutes to deliver their topic. Sneha, are you able to hear or I got
Yes,
lost?
yes, you got lost in between, so you'll have to repeat the question.
Okay, I will repeat the question, Sneha. So your view of keeping the learning and teaching continued during this lockdown?
Right, ma'am. Should I start?
Yes, Sneha, yes.
All right. So good afternoon to you again, Arsha ma'am, and thank you for having all of us for this much needed discussion. And I'm honored to be sharing this wonderful platform with such wonderful educators here. My greetings to all of you. I'm sure each one of us as educators and torch bearers of respective organizations have thousands of thoughts and questions going around in the minds, no adequate answers to them, as the situation itself is very, very unclear to all of us. But yes, coming forth together as a community to brainstorm and to pave a way to come up with brilliant solutions is the need of the hour. So, coming to my question, I shall, on a candid note, start with a very famous line by the legendary actor Raj Kapoor Saab. It says that the show must go on. We as humans are fighters, and our threshold to survive the fight increases with the severity of the problem that we are in. But yes, we fight through. So, in this situation where many are suffering, there are others on the side of preventing themselves from suffering, yet we shall all come out really stronger. So, as said, the show must go on. Yes, the learning hasn't got to stop, it must go on. But then let us now figure out how. So, I shall be answering it in two parts. In the first, I shall throw light on what are the factors that would count in without any brainstorming needed. These are the simple things which could easily be implemented. So, the age group that we are talking about is 2 to 6 years. So let's first understand the closing and opening time of schools. So we have some schools who end the academic year, let's say in April, and restart in June, while some start the academic year in April itself. In both the cases, the month of May is the time where the children are enjoying the vacations, the time with relatives, cousins, etc. So the children attached to both the kinds of schools have been largely missing upon their social connect post 15th of March. So there is this big shift in the normal which has happened. So the very first thing which both the schools and parents have to do together is to meet the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which parents shall first ensure by meeting all the physiological needs of the children for a happy living. Then the schools and parents together, they can ensure the safety both physically as well as mentally. This will be the second step. Thirdly, the emotional quotient of the child that can be fed by safeguarding the feeling of being loved and reassuring that the belongingness is here. And then we can finally step up towards the last two segments of the pyramid, which say that building the self-esteem and the self-actualization in the child. So these are the primary steps we can take. Secondly, now coming to the parents that are working from home, and few mothers that are homemakers, they have extra chores to do these days. So they might find it really taxing to sit for 2 to 3 hours beside the children to make the worksheets and then make them do it. Even if they push themselves, they're really not sure whether the child is going to do it or not, because the child is habituated of doing it in front of the teacher and not in front of the mommy. So that is another challenge which they are facing. So here, what I suggest, the first and foremost way is the schools could be connected. The connect has to be maintained between the schools, parents, and the teachers and the children. So let's say for the month of May, I think we should aid the parents with simple activity suggestions, like understanding simple science in the kitchen, giving some STEM or STEAM activities, organizing certain storytelling sessions, let's say, some watch parties we could do. And that is how they just, let's say it's only for 30 minutes. That's perfectly all right. Our aim here is to maintain that connect between the school and the home. Apart from this, we have already heard in a lot of webinars also about the life skills. So I must say now the parents have become really pro in giving the life skills to the children, because it's almost 6 weeks that the children are home now. So parents are doing their bit. So this was the first part of my answer. Now coming to the second part, what should be the plan of action? So further, now we can foresight the scenario that shall prevail from June to, let's say, September, or may extend till December as well. So once the lockdown is opened and everything is resumed, we might still face a hurdle of children not being sent to school by many families due to the safety concerns. Also, while we plan to resume, maintaining the social distancing among the children will be a challenge for most of us. So what should we do? Should we do then? So number one is we should thoroughly go through the safety measures that need to be taken post-lockdown, get the hygiene levels raised supremely, and thoroughly apply the guidelines that would be issued by the government. This is the foremost thing which every school can really think upon doing in the month of May. Secondly, now we have to be prepared for a step further too. So we might have to continue giving virtual classes for some more time. So it's better to be prepared in advance for the same. So how do we do that? Let's start scratching our brains. Let's read all the theories, understand the effective ways of teaching children, and come up with a unique 2020 pedagogy where our curriculum is strong enough to meet the learning benchmarks of the children, but virtually. By now, most of us are prepared for the situation that the 2 to 3 year olds, the nursery and playgroup children, will not come to school. We are mostly prepared for it. But what about the children of junior and senior KG? Junior and senior KG children cannot be left at home without giving them those writing lessons. Let's say, let's consider senior KG going to grade 1 in the next year. So if we say that the child can be very well at home and then next year they can come up, the child will be really bombarded with all the writing in grade 1. How will the child cope up? Those stress levels also we don't want to increase upon the child. So there can be a way found out wherein we can come up with application maybe or software maybe, wherein all the worksheets can be designed by the teachers. The children can spend little time and do those worksheets online. We can even tie up with the courier people so that we courier the book sets at home once we start the activities at school, and we can courier those book sets, and then when the teacher takes the lesson, the children can really go through those books and the lessons can be taken. So these are a few steps which we can really take. So it is better that we come up with a plan of e-schooling where the personal touch is also maintained and the virtual touch is also maintained. The curriculum and the lesson plans, I think, will have to be designed keeping in mind the fact that in a class of 15, 4 to 5 might really not be interested in the class. So that is where the development of the content will also underlie. The e-content with good animations will really hold the kids up. An app or a software which lets the kids solve worksheets online would be of help. And then the writing bit can be taken care of by the parents. I would also like to, towards my conclusion, I would really like to also give an example of a brilliant concept of self-organized learning in the form of School in the Cloud by Sugata Mitra. It's a wonderful concept. It's an inspiration. The children work towards what they call as the big question. And interestingly, they find it very adventurous. So all the attendees and all of you who are listening to me can really go and browse about the School in the Cloud by Sugata Mitra. It's a wonderful concept. So finally, ma'am, I'd like to sum it up all, saying that it's really high time. Let's wear our thinking caps, be prepared by designing content and curriculum that would give kids a better learning experience virtually, and train our teachers for the same so that we are really ready to resume normally for whenever we get the chance and from wherever we are.
So very nicely and very, very crisp you were in your explanation, Sneha.
Yeah.
And I really like the way you started that the show must go on. So I think that has to be the tagline, the caption, or the proverb, or get going words, motivating words for all of us. And very beautifully in your conversation, you really explained that how we can make the lesson plan interesting, content rich, and how the teachers, can work to make it better. Here I would like to let the attendees know that ECA has also come up with guidelines of home based learning plans. So I think if we can incorporate those with which you said, I think will come out to be a very, very effective and interesting learning plan. A few words that I really like that you use is plan of e-schooling. I think that is the new tomorrow, because we all don't know when the schools are going to resume. So it's better to accept this e-way of teaching, because teachers are very skeptical when it comes to facing the camera and plan a lesson in front of the parents, because they always have the fear of getting rated.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done a couple of talk shows on those matters also, wherein we have really pushed the teachers, and given them a little self-confidence that how they can be better when it comes to lesson planning. But yes, it's high time that we embrace technology and we really incorporate technology into our day-to-day lesson planning. Thank you, Sneha, for wonderfully briefing it, and it's going to be a lot of help to all of us. Next, I will come to Meeta. You can switch on your mute button. So Sneha also mentioned about a few things that can be done through e-learning. So I will come to you, Meeta. Importance of stories in conveying life skills, because a lot of us are talking about life skills, and now I think even the parents have understood the importance of life skills. Because earlier it was कि life skills क्या सिखाना है, but now I think everyone wants their children to be, in the phase of learning the essential skills, the survival skills. So Meeta, with an example, if you can, just share with us that how can stories help to get us through this? Meeta, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Wonderful question. And I would like to connect this question to Sneha. The way she started, the show must go on and the story takes you on. So when I talk about connect, story, connect your emotions. Story teaches you so many things in different way. When I stand in a kitchen and do my little bit work, at that time also I feel that spoons are talking to each other or what. So story is such a thing, everyone.
Meeta, we are losing your voice in between, so I've switched off your video so that we can have a little clarity on what you're saying, Meeta.
Okay, because even I lost the voice in between, ma'am.
Yeah. So now we are able to hear you correctly, and if at all we lose you, I will give you a hint.
Ma'am, just a suggestion, we could switch other videos off and
Perfect. We'll
yeah.
do. Yeah, Meeta, you can continue.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, my video is still off.
Yeah, I have actually switched off. I'll try to do it because I think the voice is getting connected with the video, so there's a glitch.
Okay, it's okay. So should I continue, ma'am?
Yes, yes, perfect. Meeta, you can go ahead.
So when I talk about a storytelling session, it is all about a connect. It is story gives you emotion. Story, brings you to the life part. And already when I talk about the story, it is the India is a hub of story, right? So there are so many nice storytellers. There are so much with the story where the children are getting connected to the through the life skills, and this is the best part to teach them, because in day to day activity, uh, there are small things where the parents have to take it further now. And during this period, when we talk about the lockdown time, it is so important that the parent have to open their mindset. They have to be more patient, and with that they have to connect and understand the things the children require, the emotion, the psychology of a child, and to keep them busy with little things. If I talk about the life skill of a children, to do their things independently. And true independence can only come when they don't depend on you to get the things done. This is so important. So it is all connected to each other. Storytelling is not only with the pre-primary children, it is of course with other children also, primary and secondary also. Story can take you in the imagination world. This is what I feel. I have brought few of the puppets which I can show on screen. So Sneha ma'am, if you can just on my video.
Yeah,
So
I'm
that I,
trying to switch on your video, but it's not allowing me. So you'll have to try from your end.
okay.
Yeah,
Now
it's
I
there.
think
Yes,
it's
yes, it's
happening.
there.
Okay. So when I was just giving you an example of standing in kitchen, and when we see to the spoons and forks and all. So with this nowadays we are getting this wooden spokes, fork and spoon and all. So it is just such a small way to make a puppet and to talk to each other. Like my Chinky Minky is here, and with little bit of voice modulation, you can easily connect to the children. Here, one more thing I would like to add on is the teacher has to be creative, because now it's all technology, and technology will not create the emotion unless and until you don't bring a creativity in you. So whether it is a parent teacher, this is now again a triangle between the technology, parent and teacher, where we all have to come together and take the show further, right? So again I will end with the conclusion with the Sneha's word: the show must go on with the storytelling session too. Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful, wonderful, Meeta, and very nicely you really gave a different angle to storytelling. So I will now come to Annapurna. Annapurna, are you ready? You can switch on your video and your audio as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, Annapurna, I just want to ask you a very simple question, but I'm sure that every one of us are looking for the answers. And when it comes to looking for answers, we are, looking out for people who can, guide us, platforms like ECA and speakers like you all, to just guide them and make them feel that, okay, we all are sailing in the same boat and your experiences may be a lesson to someone else. So, the question is, how could you work towards a curriculum for online teaching, just in case that we have to resort to online teaching further? Because I'm sure that everyone will agree to this, that we never know when the schools are going to resume. So these online sessions are going to take a lead, and we have to prepare ourselves in that matter. So Annapurna, all to you.
Thank you very much, Harsha ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. And I hope you're enjoying the talk show. Sneha talked wonderfully. Meeta ma'am explained story session very wonderfully. I would like to start with, yes, as Sneha said, show must go on. I would like to add some more things from George Washington Carver. That is what he used to say: start where you are with what you have, make something of it, and never be satisfied. These are my motivational words, which I always used to tell myself, because whatever you have to start, keep going. As we can say, show must go on with whatever you have with you. Currently, we have the situation where we can say, we can't help, we can't meet each other. That is, we are at our home, and it is for safety purpose, it will be there for next 6 months, or we can't say the timings as well. Before going to reframing ECA, Harsha ma'am, can I put some slides so that I will just go?
Yeah, perfect. Are you able to share the screen? Will you be able to do it from your end? Hello, Annapurna?
Yes, I am doing.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I am doing, ma'am. Okay. So what I would like to say is why schools are meant for. What is the purpose behind preschools? Yes, many 100 years before Maria Montessori started school, everyone knows that the purpose is to prepare them for primary school. This is pre-primary, preparing for primary schools. What is the objective behind that? To improve their fine motor, gross motor, and know them surroundings, to face the first standard or the schooling purpose. This is what the preschools are. But what kind of things are required for that in preschools? We are dealing with very small age children. We will be required care, nurture, nutrition, physical activity, psychosocial environment, cognitive and emotional stimulation. I am pressing again and again psychosocial environment. Yes, child has been sent to school to have social quotient, improvisation of social quotient. But what happens? Nowadays, child will not go to home. But as Sneha said, yes, virtually and physically, we can connect with them. And what is expected from the schools? So their IQ level should improve. Why IQ level should improve? Because most of the students, as per the neuroscience, it has been told that 85% of brain of a child is cumulatively grown before the age of 6. So all the needed things has to be there. So preschools are generally for 3 to 4 hours, but we used to utilize all these skills like IQ, EQ, social quotient, physical quotients, everything. We used to utilize our timings to develop above mentioned skills. Generally, we used to focus timings to develop fine motor, gross motor, to prepare learner for writing. Yeah, we must say we used to spend 40% of our timings to teach writing techniques in preschools, and all other parts were equally divided to their cognitive development through story, rhymes, activities, art and craft, music, dance, field trips, etc. Here in digital learning technique, we can't extend timing more than 1 hour. It is recommended to limit kids watch an hour or less an hour in a day by American Academy of Pediatrician. So we can't extend that timing as well. So what is important? Here comes parents. Parents important. As Neha suggested, we can go with the experiment base. But what I suggest, we should have online digital things, audio based more, so that child will improve their listening skills first. Now we have to have these audios their age wise, like 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. As we know, the classes are different, so audios should be different. The next thing, what we are expecting from 3 years old child, we are expecting that 3-year-old child should know surrounding all words, and he should know in multilingual things. See, basic need of child is developing linguistics, numeracy, and all other supportive things like imaginary, spatial, existential, intrapersonal, interpersonal skills are supporting to that. So this is what basic need of child, how we are going to complete in 1 hour. Here, I really request parents to support in this way. Here, I really request parents to support. Am I audible now? Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, Annapurna ma'am, you're audible. We
Yeah,
lost
actually,
Harsha
I got
ma'am,
a
though.
message that I am not audible, so I just put off my video.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you are audible, ma'am.
So what can we do for the framework of curriculum? So what I suggest that literacy and numeracy we can thoroughly complete with the help of parents. Parents may learn many things from the schoolings or teachers, and they will become very good teachers. Now, what is the basic need from school should give? School should give daily activities to the parents so that they will implement, and they can send on WhatsApp group. So in that way, they can get teachers appreciation also, and they will do worksheets also, and they will complete their syllabus also. What is expected in junior and senior? Yes, junior and senior, we are expecting a lot. Junior class, we are expecting that they should know minimum 10, they can spell minimum 10 to 12, 20 spellings for each and every concept like wild animals, domestic animals, fruits, vegetables, and they could do it with the help of phonics also. I will come back to numeracy, but I would like to finish with literacy. Then senior KG, we are expecting that child should explain minimum 5 lines on any of the concept which we taught or which he can explain by his own views. Now, how can we do at home? Along with the worksheets, along with the books, along with the teacher's help, we can go for some kind of play methods also with parents. They can play audio in different languages like Marathi, Hindi, English, Kannada, Malayalam, whatever they want to teach the child, because multilingual skills are really important to develop child's growth, to develop child's mind, I could say. So we can keep one Hindi day where we can completely speak in Hindi. We can keep one Marathi day. We can keep in English day, so that every word should be spoken on that particular language. The child will learn. Second thing, this is one of the things, you can have hunting game. You have n number of things written in your home. You can ask them to search. Third thing, what I suggest is you can go with the reading newspaper. You can ask phonetics, you can ask them vowels, consonants, underline, just search with 2-letter words, 3-letter words. It is a wonderful techniques to play with children, and you can search many more by your own. This is their parents' role is very important. I could say numeracy, we can play n number of things with numbers as well. Numbers are infinite like games are. Nowadays, yes, there are n number of we can say n number of websites and online YouTube videos are there to teach them, but you should not extend timing more than 1 or 1.5 hours, because it is going to affect child's eyesight. So you have to play with them with these things. How you could go? What you have to do? You have to, one small example I would like to do. I will just, parents can ask the child that, can we count tiles in our bedroom? Then, can we count tiles in hall? Can we together count all the tiles, and can we draw on the paper our whole house and how many tiles we have counted? So this is how you are giving them perception, counting, vision, what to do, how to do till the end of these things. You can take the child to the parking. You can ask all car numbers to add to multiple small multiplications, subtractions. This is how the number game works, and it's wonderfully played by parents and students. These things and these techniques are going to help for this framework, which we are not going to complete in school. Or we are making learner to how to learn the things. Now, third thing, it comes as the parents are having responsibility of teaching, they would like to give all answers immediately. I just warn parents, please don't give answers immediately. Let them wait. Let them ask questions. You just give them hint and let them search their own answers by their own. And you will see that they will come out with wonderful answers you never had imagined that they could speak in this way. So this is how you are just developing child skills for learning. And this is about numeracy and literacy. I could say now it comes how we are going to do it. Like I said, we can compact classes in 1 hour, daily worksheets, daily tasks should be given till the school starts. Then how we are going to do assessment, that is very important. Can we go for 2021? Can we go for 2020-21 evaluation? That is, every educator should ask this question. And as Sneha shared earlier, that child has to learn in senior KG more writing things as they have learned in this, and they are going to support in that. By government has taken that priority that first standard syllabus is always average, that any child can go and do it, because they know the children are coming from various background and they will cope up. So my personal view is that we cannot assess this year for their academics. Now comes
I will
EVS and
Annapurna, I would like to interject you in between. Very
Yes.
rightly, you are mentioning everything, but I want you to stick to, how
framework I am coming.
Okay.
I'm coming. Yes, EVS, and I'm just talking about the physical activity. I'm just coming back to that. Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. So the EVS point is that we can't teach EVS. We can't teach EVS because the surroundings is involved in that. We can't take child to the outside and we can't show many things. But whatever things available at home, on screen, we can definitely teach with the help of teachers and schools with the concept wise. Fourth thing I would like to say, physical activity. Yes, physical activity where child could channelize his energy through the physical activity. So I would like parents, request to parents, please do everything what the child wants to do. Let them play, let them do masti, let them do everything. This is how the overall curriculum is being framed. Means online screens with the teachers' help, worksheets, daily tasks, and literacy and numeracy can complete. And fourth thing, we can have physical activity and EVS small experiments also. This is how the curriculum would be. That's what I suggest. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your timing.
Thank you so much, Annapurna. So I will come to Pallavi now. Pallavi, can you switch on your video and audio for the question? So the wonderful question is coming on your way, Pallavi, is how can we utilize this time in training the teachers? What topics could essentially be taken up for teacher training programs? Because every one of us now want to be learned, because we have all the possible time on the earth. So we really want to invest that time in productivity. So what can you suggest, that what kind of topics should be taken or what kind of trainings should be done during this lockdown? On to you, Pallavi.
Yes, ma'am. Very good evening to everyone. And thank you, Harsha, ma'am, for touching very important aspect of kindergarten education. Being a student of education and teacher trainer, I would like to answer this question. First, I would like to address the second part of the question. And definitely, as we all are aware that this global pandemic has brought each one of us lockdown situation, and things got changed in 360 degrees to every one of us. But still I can see the blessings in disguise, the blessings of safe and self time at our home, and the self time which can be used for the self space, personal and professional growth. Albert Einstein has rightly quote, and has said, and I quote here: "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." I unquote. I was just reading about the pandemic or the war or even other massive crises happen in the world before, and its impact on overall education system and even on teachers' role, and the facts were not really present. So I think in that way we are really fortunate enough, and we can continue with the learning environment for students as well as for the teachers.
Pallavi, we are losing you in between, Pallavi. Sneha, if you can switch on your video and audio so that by the time we resume with others.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So Sneha, this question which I gave to Pallavi, I would like you to answer till the time Pallavi resumes. What kind of teacher training programs do you want us to invest in? And what kind of topics do you suggest that we should look into? Sneha, on to you.
Yes, ma'am. Firstly, the very precise and common problem which all of us as educators must be facing is that many of our teachers are not camera ready. And they have got this hesitation because here they have this hesitation of being judged.
Correct.
A mistake or two in the class is amongst the children, right? But here the parent is sitting right beside the child, and the teachers are obviously very hesitant to deliver the class. So that confidence and that preparation of mind has to be built up in the children.
Correct.
Yeah. So in the teachers, I'm so sorry, in the teachers. So this training time can be taken up for that. Plus, many of our teachers are not tech savvy. So as I mentioned that we need to be prepped up with an app probably. So an app which has an integrated online or virtual classrooms, which will be handy for our teachers. So we have got a lot of developers available handy. So we can take up this time for developing a customized app as per our requirements, wherein the teachers can also make the worksheets online. So it isn't much a hassle for them, because I have also personally seen many of them are struggling with little worksheet making on the computers also, with the placement of an object, with the lines and all that. So yes, if we make it easier for them, it'll be easier for them to go ahead with this.
Correct.
So this is one point we can take into consideration. I think Pallavi is back with us. Would you redirect the question?
I am trying to get her on, but I'm not. Pallavi, are you able to hear us?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, so if you would like to continue, I can.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, so you can continue, Pallavi.
Yeah. And I think we are really, like Sneha also mentioned, that we can continue with the learning process for the student as well as for the teachers. And yes. Can you all hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, Pallavi, go ahead. If at all there is a glitch, I'll come back to you.
Yes, sure. So for teachers, I think it is a great time to get ready and to get equipped. In simple words, it is said that when fishermen are not in sea, they repair their net. So I think for us also, it is a high time to repair our net or get it done newly. And as Sneha rightly mentioned, that show must go on. So we all agree to continue preschool through homeschooling and partially through virtual classes. So I would like to share my screen, and I'm sure you all can connect with this. Can you see this?
No, we are not able to see anything. We're just able to see Pallavi has started screen sharing.
Okay. So, okay, let's move ahead. So initially we used to have a traditional classroom setup, children around us. And I think the hug and the talk and the touch was the main reason that we all are in the. But now sudden shift has definitely brought the change in the preschool scenario also. And in near future, to continue with the learning situation around the preschool student, we need to facilitate them with the latest technology and the latest skill also. So I will not use the word training here, but I will use the word to empower preschool teachers. We must focus on 3 P's over here. The first P is to prepare. We need, as Sneha also mentioned, Anupurna was telling us, we are not that tech savvy. Even the many of the teachers are not that using technology in their day-to-day life. So we need to change teachers' mindset first. and we cannot avoid the presence and the presentation on screen. And at this stage, we need to learn, unlearn, and relearn the 21st century skills. The second important I would like to mention as teacher skill development is planning. Now, teacher cannot continue her day long for 3-4 hours around the children. So more planning skills we need to work on. During these lockdown days, preschool teachers can work on their micro planning skills. The strong connect, precise use of language, and apt presentation are the need or will be the need of this planning. Thus, teacher education or training should be focusing on development of such planning skills. The third P is presentation or performance. As Meeta ma'am was talking about the emotional attachment or the emotional connect. So even the creativity matters a lot in presentation and performance. So many among us are not camera friendly or tech savvy teachers. Teaching 3 years old in a classroom is far different than attending the same age child with his or her presence in home situation around their dining table with their parents from your own place. A single moment of child's reaction can vanish all your preparation or planning. So maybe out of 15 students, 5 will be not interested to see their teacher or hear their teacher or from the screen, because that personal bond and that personal learning environment is not present around the child. So teacher must be educated to handle such situation. The presentation skill must be polished during this training period. The presentation again includes language fluency, voice modulation, use of props, and teaching aids. The use of communication skills to develop virtual yet strong bond with students. Now, ma'am, coming back to the first part of your question, like how can we do this during this lockdown as we all are sitting at home? The teachers can start making their own small interaction video and review them. Even such like live, even this like self-assessment are really helpful in real life situation. Then again, live group meeting apps are there available, and teachers can share their demos, presentation, and go for the constructive feedback. Again, simple good videos, YouTube videos can be used for handwriting and the language fluency improvement. Many online teachers training courses are available, and furthermore, many national and international universities and colleges are offering their in-house courses through virtual classes. Nowadays, we can see like webinars are also very much inspiring and motivating, as ECA is already doing great work in that. And school management can easily make those available for their teachers. The online group discussions and seminars can help the teachers to adopt the change. Again, we can offer opportunities to teachers to attend online classes first for themselves and then for students. The free time access to the technology will definitely suppress the phobia and anxiety of using the technology for teaching purpose. As we have time, teachers can focus on their own requisite and start working on it. I would like to suggest that all preschool teachers must get training for storytelling skills. It is a sole skill of preschool education. Then must work on writing skills, and very importantly, to work on communication skills. Again, leadership workshops can be planned online. In-house reading sessions are useful for the awareness about the different pedagogy and theories in education. Even the school management should encourage their teachers to adopt new techniques and methods. The teachers also need to be adaptive and enthusiastic towards new learning. Even though this change is need of some time, but surely we can hop in for a while. Nothing can replace kindergarten environment and teachers. Still, to bridge the time, we need to go for new learning and celebrate change and new learning. So here I would like to conclude, and thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Pallavi. You really touched a few important points. Wherein you really mentioned very nicely that in the process of getting trained online, I think we need to train ourselves. We need to give little confidence to ourselves, and that can happen over a matter of period. So I think yesterday when I was in a webinar and I was talking about, giving confidence to the teachers, I had made a small acronym that fits in here very correctly when Sneha was telling that how teachers can make their own videos and they can be confident enough to face the cameras. So I have prepared this acronym out of the word teach, that is TEACH. The technology, education, and connect helps. So because as you mentioned, Pallavi, that traditional setup cannot be at stake at any time, and no one can even compete that. But yes, the blending of technology and the traditional setup will definitely help in on a long way. So here my suggestions to the teachers, as you said and as Sneha said, I would compile all and then bring it here, that only and only self evaluation and self repair and then improvisation on that will add. Because if you start telling that I fear, I shy to come in front of the camera, I think you will never be able to do it. So you have to face it, and now this has come in front of us in this way. I think only embracing this thing is going to be the answer. So no one was good. If I go to look at my first video or you go to look at your first video, I think it was very funny, and लगता नहीं है कि सोशल मीडिया पे पोस्ट कर भी सकते हैं उस वीडियो को. So you can be perfect at perfection through the evaluation that you do. So I think every teacher needs to jump out of that and get in front of camera friendly. As we use the word eco friendly, we should be camera friendly. थोड़े थोड़े TikTok videos भी घर पे you can try out and get your own self words of encouragement. See how I've made this beautifully, and I'm sure that people will judge. Yes, parents are there to rate, but we have to overcome that rating, because that's the way next that we are going to ahead. So over to you, Sneha. I'm coming to the closing statement now. So any closing statement to the overall discussion, any points that you would like to emphasize and conclude on, Sneha?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So overall, I would want all of you, the whole idea of having this session today was to pep up all the educators here who have been lying back and thinking that how is it that we go ahead next? Will we start in June? Will we start in September? Or will it going to be going on till December? My suggestion is be prepared. Gear up right now. Don't waste any much of time, and get ready for e-schooling. Start working on your content, invest in the content. Here on, the investment has to be smart. So we have to invest in technology, we have to invest in content that we are going to procure for our students. And then if we talk about the curriculum percentage, so one of the questions also from the audience has come that what should be the duration of the online classes. So here very well we know that the attention span of the children is not more than like 15 to 20 minutes. When we design our classrooms, we also make sure that there is a shift in space whenever they are taking up classes. We change their spaces every 30 minutes, every period we move them from one class to the another or one space to the another. So that thing can be taken up with the parents. You will have to educate the parents also on the module that you are taking up. Yes, that for these 30 minutes the child is going to be seated in one place, so you can plan your day accordingly. So let's say normally if you have had 3 and 3.5 hours of school time, here you can plan to have 1.5 hour, wherein your 30 minute sessions are divided. And this I'm talking about once you start your school, the e-school. But during the month of May, where I had mentioned of maintaining that connect between the parents and the school, 30 minutes I think are more than sufficient. There the child just needs to see you, the child needs to see his friends around and feel that yes, everything is normal, I can see all those people I like around me now. So when we go to the e-schooling part, that time we can very well plan our sessions as I don't think more than 1.5 hour is needed for these children. So we can plan 5 days a week and 90-minute session according to me. But now every educator can come up with their curriculum, their way, their pedagogy, and then they can decide upon the timing. So, and one more thing, ma'am, the 3 P's mentioned by Pallavi, they are extremely important: prepare, plan, and present. So this time, this 1 month, we should thoroughly use upon as an opportunity to prepare ourselves, to plan, and then be ready to present our skills in the form of a very effective virtual class curriculum. That's all I would like to say.
A wonderful summed up, Sneha, wonderful. I will come back to Annapurna. Annapurna, any closing statement, conclusion statement from your side? Your mute button, Annapurna.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to give some points as we got one question also. As Sneha explained very nicely that it has to be not more than 1.5 hours when framework is there. I would suggest, as you were talking about, teachers are not camera friendly. We can have recorded videos so that child can see and parents can see according to their timing as well. Recorded videos and audios will work more, and worksheets will more work on that. And as I said, that this social distancing is depriving child's play basic thing, that is play. They are not playing nowadays. So how to engage them? We should take care of that emotional development as well. That is very important. For that, I would suggest music is the best option. They can, if they can go for morning and evening, good music, listening music, or instrumental music, that will work a lot for them to help with this situation. As after lockdown over, there will be a social distancing minimum for 6 to 8 months.
Correct.
So this is how they can plan their day. Thank you very much, ma'am, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. I'll come to Pallavi for the closing statement. Pallavi.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So all the points are pretty much clear over here, but still I would like to continue with my 3 P's. First, prepare. We need to prepare the content. Then second is like planning. We need to plan creatively. Like again, 3 C's are coming in my mind: that content, creativity, and connect. The connect should not be missed out. And e-learning is not something which was earlier meant for early education, but now we are pouring the soup in a smaller cup. So let's get our cup more stronger and make it, worthy for each one of us. Like we need to involve, we need to train, we need to educate parents also. So we cannot, parents are going to be our partner teachers now. So
Correct.
we need to involve them also. And as we earlier also, we used to say there are pillars, parent, child, and the school. But now this third, the parent pillar was little bit, left out, or we were not considering them in our planning or in our, activation and everything. But now they will be playing major role with us. So definitely we are hopefully looking forward the grand unity among us, and definitely it will go on well.
So very nicely you've summed up, and again 2 P's you've added, that parent pillar and parent partnership in your session. So thank you, Pallavi, and your name also starts with P. So it's a lot of P there. So we've lost Meeta in between. So I am not able to take her conclusion statement. But yes, since we all are talking about deciding or framing our curriculum, I would request Neha to post that poster of ECA guidelines that ECA has, and today only I have conducted a session over it. So the main essence or the crux of the session is that when we are planning our home-based curriculum, we have to keep in mind that we are not here to complete the syllabus. That is the main essence. So if we are focusing on just ABCDs and we are trying to deliver that, it is going to be lost. So even the social skills, the life skills, the emotional development, the play time, everything has to be a part of that curriculum. And the screen time, I'm sure that yes, it is a question of worry, because yes, earlier we were, advocating no screens to the children, and now suddenly we have to give the screens to the children. So a quick and a nice swift balance between the screen times that we can put in when we are planning our lesson plans, कि जो भी lesson plans हम plan करते हैं सारे screens पे ना हो, a few in terms of worksheets, a few in terms of messages to the parents wherein they can take it forward would be a nice balance. So if you're talking about 1.5 hours, I think 1.5 hours can be splitted, wherein a few minutes are allotted to the screen. There is a physical activity that the child does. There is a hobby that the child cultivates. There is nature in that. So I think if we can, divide that, it will help us to bring a nice curriculum. We have Meeta back. I'm so happy, Meeta, to see you. So closing statements from you, Meeta.
Yeah, ma'am. I was not able to connect again. So it was wonderful session, ma'am, with everyone. And I actually totally lost in between. I could not understand what was going on. Lot of network issue here. And the end part is to be creative with lot of things. There are so many things around you. With that, you can make so much innovation and make the life interesting, not only with children, but yes, with everyone. So my Chinky Minky is here again.
Thank you so much, Meeta, for these chinky
And we can go through it
Pinkies.
anytime,
I'm going to
anywhere
make
you
them one
want.
for my daughter today. Wonderful, wonderful, Meeta. Thank you so
Please.
much. And the technology, yes, Meeta.
Thank you so much, I said.
Yeah. So technology is all over us because it's loaded. Everyone is using the internet so highly that at times we get to tend away from it. So thank you so much, Aurangabad Territory, Sneha, for taking this initiative.
Yeah,
And
ma'am,
thank
just
you
add,
all the.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I would just
Yeah.
like to add, there were two questions from the audience.
Okay.
So one was, during explanation of the curriculum, one person had this query that isn't it too much for the tender age? So here, what we try to do is that to give you a brief of what all could be covered. But as yes, we came to it further that a 90-minute session, which could be split up in a physical activity, as ma'am rightly put up, and some naturalist activity, and a little bit of screen time, and some worksheet, which again could be done on the phone. So here, if we split the time accordingly, I don't think that'll be too much for them. It will be engaging rather. So the parent also would be happy at that point of time that yes, the child is engaged effectively and they're not missing the school. That is number one. And secondly, somebody again asked, I think the same person, Mr. Rohit, asked that what about children whose both parents are working? So some or the other ways will be found out to have the child guarded. There would be a guardian at home, or maybe some or the other way the parent will find out, and that there, as we rightly mentioned, that we will not have to have the curriculum in such a way that the parent has to make the worksheets at home and they have to undergo all that stress of putting things together. We will have to come up with a smart curriculum in a way that the parents are not stressed out.
Absolutely, Sneha. So I think the role of the management, the role of the people who are framing the curriculum is now going to be very, very tough, because we have to balance everything. Because when we are giving out the curriculums, we have to keep in mind that yes, they may not have resources at home to take the printouts, and the medium of language also, because in schools, being an English medium school, we deliver everything in English. But when we are delivering a session audio on a camera, I think it's not only going to the child, it is going to the parents as well. So I think the language also has to be Hindi, English, and the local language mixed, because then only it will be well accepted by the parents. Otherwise, what happens, online sessions, the parents tend to leave in between because they feel that ye humse ho nahi pa raha, it is the teacher's job, hum kaise karenge, we don't have time, we don't have the resources, or we don't understand the activity enough. So I think the schools have to come down to that level wherein they can design that kind of a curriculum which is accepted with all people with having different backgrounds. So that is what I have to say.
And one more thing I would just like to add, ma'am. I'm just coming up with an example of the things that have been followed at my school. So what we used to do is, before introducing new topics, or before beginning every term, we used to have a parent orientation where all the sounds, all the diagrams, everything was taught to the parents, so that when they take it at home, they are aware of what has been done at school. Secondly, we have a mobile app wherein every day's communication is sent to them as to what has been taken up in the class today. So again, they are briefed up about whatever is happening at school. So these two things again can be utilized in the virtual classrooms, wherein you can give away. And also one more thing I missed out, we also give away 1 month's planning to the parents, that this is all what is going to be covered in this 1 month. So all these three things can be done in virtual classrooms also. You can first give away what all you will be covering in the 1 month's time, Secondly, you can brief them up about how it is going to be taken, and some difficult topics which wherein they would find it difficult, they can be taught to the parents, and then they can be gradually taken up in the child's class.
Absolutely. I think the schools have to handhold the parents, when it comes to educating the child at home, because they are not aware, they are parents. So they don't know how to execute the thing. So I think the schools have to handhold the parents. You were very rightly mentioned that orientation, of course, orientation is going to play a big part in this, because the schools have to connect with the parents and the child. So it's going to be a big responsibility, a new field for the schools to explore, because now we are going to open up in the houses, in the drawing rooms. So we have to be very, very sympathetic, very, very sentimental, very, very profound in whatever we are delivering. So that is going to be a next role. So thank you
I
so
would like
much.
to add a
Yes,
few things
Meeta.
here, ma'am. One point I would like to add with the Sneha, ma'am. Like when she's talking about the virtual class and we all are discussing about the same, that it is not going to be that easy. The creativity, again, I am back to creative mind, because that is such an important part to connect, not only with the child, but of course to understand the parent. So the communication skill and the creativity have to bring in, because
Correct.
now teachers have to change their mindset that नहीं मुझे सब आता है. When you talk that कि मुझे आता है and I will do it, the growth is coming
Stop
down.
it.
You should be
Absolutely.
ready. You should be ready with everything, whatever is coming in front of you. So
Correct.
this is such an important thing. We have to change a little bit from mindset. Because we have to train parent also. All parents are not like, always acceptable. Like for an example, I would like to say here, yesterday we had a Zoom party. So it was like in giving an affirmation bath to the children on Zoom, playing tambola, and it was such a nice closing for senior KG. So you have to think of something new, because that
Absolutely.
connect is not there now. The teacher is not physically present in front of the child. So these
Absolutely.
points which we all had discussed today, I mean, needs a little change of a mindset, which is very
Absolutely.
important. Yeah. Thank
And
you so much.
Meeta, to add to what you said, the traditional classroom where the teacher was present, and now when the teacher is doing online, the same thing needs a lot of shift. You cannot
Shift.
present A for apple the same way as you're doing in the
Yes,
classroom.
yes,
So
very
your creativity that you mentioned has to seep in,
has
because
to
you
be.
are standing in the class in front of 20 students and you are holding an apple, and doing A for apple will not work online. So
Not
when
at
you're
all.
presenting your sessions online, have to be very, very creative. As Neha very rightly mentioned, that the content, the animations also have to come in. So it's going to be a joint effort of the planning, being content rich, and then being creative. So I think everything will sum up to make a good curriculum when it comes to. Yes, Annapurna, you would like to say something?
Yeah, can I share one thing,
Yes,
sir, ma'am?
yes.
As soon as lockdown has started, I'm really proud to say that we have started already with pre-recorded videos, as I said, and with the material creativity things, with the story session, and parents are so happy with this because child is engaged with something.
Correct.
Along with that, we have daily activity schedule, and it's working wonderfully. As parents don't have to go somewhere to meet anyone, and this is the only way to communicate. So everything is happening, and we want to keep it continue throughout the lockdown, because everyone after putting off these things, they will be going to watch the television
Absolutely.
and the news, and it is going to harm for child. So it is better to engage them in by all these things.
Now,
Absolutely.
one
Thank you.
closing line I would like
Yes.
to add that, but with all this, having everything said and done, we have to also not ignore the fact that wo din wapas aayenge.
Absolutely.
Yes,
So
yes,
it's
yes,
not
yes.
going to be virtual all the time. So let's plan to an extent that, for this stipulated time, we are able to cover up all these things, but we have to get back to the normal classroom.
Normal.
We have to get back to the chirpy schools with those little voices of the kids playing around. Let's have those sounds back again. So I'm hoping very positively for that. This is just a make-do arrangement, makeshift arrangement. But yes, let's again be prepared strongly for this as well. And we have to wait for those days to come back.
And I would
Nice.
like to share, Harsha ma'am, one thing that I learned all these things, and inspiration behind opening school is Swati ma'am and Poddar itself.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
that's
So the credits duly
Yes, sir.
given to Dr. Watt. So we all
Yes,
are learning
Swati
from
ma'am.
her.
Yes,
So
she
thank you
is
so
the
much.
Wonderful
inspiration behind everything. So I would
Wonderful.
like to share these things, that creativity comes just by watching her, and the inspiration that
Absolutely.
we should do something.
She's a driving force for all of us. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sneha. Thank you, Aurangabad Territory. And thank you, all the educators who are listening to us. Thank
And
you
my
so much.
Nikki is also saying thank you to everyone. Bye bye.
Bye
You
bye.
all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.